Well, there was an article, and it was by Marcus Houston. And Marcus Houston says that he does not date women who are his age because they come with baggage and children. How do you guys? I felt that was kind of weird coming from. I can get that from a lot of people, but Marcus Houston, I was like,
Well, does he have kids?
Who's Marcus Houston?
so
What?
you know the guy from what's the
Immature.
Immature. Yeah.
Okay. All
yeah.
right. I knew the name was familiar. I just couldn't place which.
Yeah, he was a solo artist too. You know, he did
Okay.
his thing.
But
If I
like,
wanted that girl, then I would be with that girl. Yeah, he was killing. Oh, You Got Served is his claim to fame.
yep.
You ain't never getting with Leah.
Got served.
You ain't never getting with Leah. That's on
Sister,
everything.
he was on Sister. So,
Okay, well, he's the one that married the young girl that they were saying that he. Okay,
Yeah,
got it. Okay.
So my thought on that is it's pretty simple, really. If he doesn't have any kids, and most men that don't have any kids, regardless of the age, if you go with somebody your age, you want their kids to be out of the house, or you don't want them to have kids. It's really simple. Because the truth of the matter is, a guy like that can move around how he wants. He can go where he wants. He can do what he wants at any given time. So if he wants to go, let's say, vacation in the mountains on a Wednesday, if she got a kid at the house, she can't go vacation on the mountain on a whim on a Wednesday. So it makes sense to me. I mean, the young lady he's marrying, dating, whatever she is to him, she's 21. So the 20-year age gap
beautiful.
is
Oh my gosh.
the 20-year age gap is kind of wide, but it makes sense though, because women that are older also already have experienced life and have the attitude or are jaded or whatever whatever life has thrown at them. They already have those components to their life, and most men don't want to deal with it. So it makes sense that he wants a younger woman that the way he wants and doesn't have anything tying her down to the house.
So my question would be: are women the only people consider as baggage? Because I know men who are maybe to me he's baggage because we've heard the stories of things that used to take place in the past. And so I feel like it becomes a.
She probably didn't though. She wasn't born yet.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is. What I'm saying to you is that to me
when she was born. Like, come on.
That to me works when two people are in play. If two people don't have baggage, okay. Mm-hmm. So if you know that you've lived your life in a mighty way, and you were trying to find somebody else to be your counterpart, and you feel like you can't find that, then I get that. But if you're damaged yourself, mm-hmm. into me in ways that are, and I'm not going to go into that, but. And then to say, okay, well, I don't want other people because they're damaged, but some people would consider as damaged.
So that is one of the only standards, like, I guess different standards that benefit men. Scars just don't seem to affect men. Like, you see, it makes us more attractive to women. It's almost as if I think
a good man, physical scars versus emotional scars.
No,
it's two different things.
No,
baby mama scars.
Right. All right. Let's look at all the sayings and expressions we have today. Women love toxicity. We say it all the time. Look at the men that they're calling incels now. And all of these men are not unattractive. That's why I don't even like that narrative. You have well-adjusted men who dress well, who don't have a record, who have a car, have a job. That's actually most men, period, of any race or anything. That's what most men are going through. Women aren't attracted to them. Why? Because they're just too normal. They got nothing else going on. They're not super swaggy or nothing like that. It is the man with the baby mom who's out here. He got a cut on his eye. He got tattoos all over his back. Somebody's always calling his phone. It's like the women are right now in this age. Women are most attracted to that type of toxicity, that type of baggage. For some reason, a man will always find a woman to help him carry the baggage. Like, that's the weird part about it. So it's not a double standard. It's just a different standard for men. I don't know why. That's like one of the only things where you can add 8 kids to a dude. A woman is going to be like, I'll help him with that.
These weren't kids we're talking about.
Do you mean that's why they go for the younger woman? Is that what you're saying? Because a younger woman would be willing to carry that baggage as opposed to somebody.
I was responding to Shan where she said, well, if the man came with baggage too. So now the difference with women, and here's the bad part, y'all. It's not all, but it's too many women that prove him right. He's right.
Yep.
And it's not all but too many. He actually was very clear on the show that I watched. He said his dad told him this, which is exactly what dads say. They said, if you want your best chance to have a woman that listens to you, and it's never about what women are trying to make it about. Oh, he just wants a young woman he can, that's malleable, that he can push around. No, your father tells it to you very eloquently. You do not want to struggle in your house. You need a woman that appreciates what you do. That will make you want to get up in the morning. I can feel it like anything, because I was pushing 30, right, when I was about to get married, and said, if this don't work out. So that's the funny thing. You said, okay, if this doesn't work out, the woman I'm with, who ended up being my wife, I said, I'm going to struggle, because the attitudes of the women that I even had in my head, like that I used to date, it was different. I didn't want to marry.
They were in their 20s, so if you were pushing 30, then
I'm saying that I could see the writing on the wall that they were becoming more difficult. Their ideology was more difficult. I had someone from like people. I have like 10 active arguments in my phone from people that I used to go to college with that have like caught. I post my show every day on Facebook, and like one new person will catch it and give me a piece of their mind in my DMs. Right?
See, that's why I don't post. I don't hear people that know me.
I actually like it. And the girl this week, and I was talking to my wife about it. I was like, oh, got somebody else to curse me out. And my wife thinks it's funny because she saw this chick at a pool party once and was like, why is she all over my dude? Like you see what I'm saying? So I said, and I'm not gonna say they were ever in competition. It was just like I used to date her, then I dated my wife, and then they can't kind of cross paths once. So even in my mind to say, okay, you know how people like to say, would that have ever worked out? It would not have, because her ideology in life, now that she's 36 years old, is screwed. There's no way I could have ever been married to a woman like that. She got mad that I said something about cooking for your husband. She got mad at that. Like, what the hell? We are two different people. Was like, what makes you think that I want to get home from a day's work and cook? I was like, oh God, you sound like a man. I was like, get off my phone, please. Please. I was like, you never want to. I said, and I had to tell her, cooking for your husband. I said, forget the husband. Take me out of the picture completely. What about your kids? What about your kids? That's what cooking is really about. What about your kids? You don't want to have that discussion, right? So that's what men are really grappling with, is women have these deep-seated modern issues. It has a lot to do with the equality narrative, right? Them viewing themselves the same as men, resenting the traditional gender roles of a woman, right? That's what it is. That is really strong with this generation, and it only gets stronger with age.